Hello, Cell.
Hey.
Oh, wait, she's turning on her web?
No. Where is it?
Oh, there, he made it. I was just about to say. You made a big stink about being here, buddy. It'll be funny when Oki yells at me later. He's like, I would have been there on time.
Why is every time I turn on the stupid little camera symbol, the other thing pops up?
Alright, Zach. We're just... This time, don't cut anyone off like you did Lady Oranges, and we'll be all cool.
Yeah.
I guess you're just like, screw it, let's do it early.
Well, Goldie was saying, can we do it now? And I was like, alright.
I didn't mean to force it.
No, I don't care. I'm ready to go.
No, I'm all for that.
This is FNGR with LImbo Podcast, joined by the following co-hosts, Zachery Taylor, GoldenFox, KeyFrame, and this week's Queen of Limbo, CellSpex.
Salutations, buddies.
I feel like I'm like reading off like a Miss America pageant every time like I mention off people.
We're all wearing pretty dresses.
That's exactly what that means.
So anyways, just a moment. This is the part where I like to bust out the thumbnail that Grey Cat talked me into.
Oh boy, let's see this.
What is it this time?
What?
This is beautiful. Oh my god, he did it
I
again.
already know what it is.
What for?
Oh, did Peter pass it to you?
What fresh hell is thou wrought? Does it involve Golden's wing boner again? Oh!
No.
Whoa.
I don't know, like, whenever I saw her OC, she kind of looks like a dark, like, ominous cloud.
You're just like, oh my god, what the hell is that thing?
Yeah, that's what I thought the first time I saw her OC. I'm like, what the hell is that damn thing?
What happened to your
Oh my
name?
god!
It looks like you got struck by lightning.
Coming soon to a theater near you. She's just hovering over.
Well, yeah.
Yo, Animaniacs, what's up?
I am okay with this.
This is amazing.
Oh, dear lord.
I like it.
Alright then.
I have a pony avatar, you know.
I know you do, but a lot of people I've shown your stuff to, like, why did she come out of the darkness? She looks cooler that way.
Oh, I've actually been considering, like, trying to make, like, an actual avatar, but if people want the darkness, I'm okay with that.
Come to the dark side.
You merely
Oh
lived
my
in the
god,
darkness.
that's really...
I was born.
Alright. That took me a minute, but oh man, that's cool. I'm saving that.
I
That's
downloaded
going
it
on
too.
Twitter.
Nice.
That's a great cat for you. He's an amazing artist.
Oh, hands down.
Thanks for bugging him, Anthony.
What? Oh, what did I
Thanks
do?
for bugging him again.
Oh, well, I just mentioned, I was like, oh, could you do a real quick thing for him? And he's like, alright, this is how we're going to fit KeyFrame and GoldenFox into it. And I was like, I don't want to go broke. He's like, no, you'll love this.
It's not like I'm creepier than this pony version of Squanchy from Rick and Morty.
So that's what I look
I
like.
just don't know I just don't know what that is.
This is already 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. See, you seem to have a lot of diversity on your table. You seem to have a lot of diversity on your channel. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. Of the topics you've covered, is there any specific field you feel the most pushback from fans? Anything controversial? Is it like anime, movies, MLP, or other?
Oh, are you speaking to me?
Yeah, you're the guest.
Okay. Awesome. Honestly, I don't seem to get a lot of I've had both, you know. I've had people who say, you should do more MLP stuff, and I've had people tell me, you should do more, you know, cartoon stuff, and I've actually been wanting to do more live cartoon stuff. I've been promising people to do a Gravity Falls in the Steven Universe video forever, that I have an idea of what to do for those videos, but it's going to take me a while. The only sort of controversial thing is the Brownies are the worst thing ever video, which most people forgot exists, and I barely check on anymore, because it's mostly just people having really terrible conversations with other people that they don't know.
People who didn't watch it and just went by the title?
Well, that, yeah, but naturally what happens in the majority of the cases of comments is it's less about commenting on your video and just having really angry conversations with everyone who disagrees with you, and it becomes bronies suck, bronies don't suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, and it's like, yay, it's the internet in a bottle on my video channel. I can use this for any sort of internet cultural digressions or something.
It's like Weird Al's sports song. You're great, and you suck.
You suck. Yep. Yeah. It's pretty much.
So I noticed you seem to have some prolific movie lists for your show. Is there anything like you're looking forward to down the line? Hopes for Pixar, that the dinosaur movie, perhaps?
You mean just in terms of hopes for the future?
Yeah.
I mean, naturally, I wish nothing but good things for the dinosaur movie. I admit, if it's one of those movies that, definitely looks adorable enough, but I wonder if it wasn't made by Pixar, would I be interested in it? But at the same time, from what I've seen, it actually seems to be not terribly hinging on dialogue, which does make me very interested. But then again, neither did Spirit of Silmarillion, and that wasn't very good. So I'm excited for that. As much as I wish that Pixar was doing more original stuff, I'm looking forward to the next Nemo movie and the new Incredibles and all that. And even even original DreamWorks pictures down the line that have nothing to do with Shrek.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in seeing.
Yeah, because going too far on something. Yeah, we've all been there.
I'm just
like,
always.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, I'm just kind of scared that it's going to be like the dinosaur movie Disney released in like 2000, where all the trailers didn't show the dinosaurs talking, and then the dinosaurs talk.
Well, the original plan for that movie was for the dinosaurs to not talk. Though at least we all know, ever since Walking with Dinosaurs came out, it's like, it could have been worse. They could have ADR'd it after it was already finished.
You mentioned that, because originally The Land Before Time was originally going to have no dialogue at all, and it turned out there was dialogue. So, same thing with Dinosaur. We don't know if the good dinosaur is going to have the same fate or not. We shall only have to wait and see.
With Disney's Dinosaur, I actually, believe it or not, had like a puppet of that when I was younger.
Of the main character?
Yeah, the main character.
When you're thinking dinosaur, I'm thinking of Land Before Time, the John Bluth movie, for some odd reason.
But, when you think about it, the plot of Dinosaur has a lot of similarities. Like, they're traveling through a deserted, wasteland to find, an open green land of food and water.
Yeah, that is remarkably similar. Land Before Time is still way better, though.
Yeah, mix that with Tarzan, so. Because monkeys, why not?
Because monkeys.
The love monkey.
Oh boy, I don't mind that movie, but it's not amazing.
Yeah.
So forgettable.
What, Tarzan?
No, not Tarzan.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
I'd rather watch Tarzan. Not that I have anything against Dinosaur, I just thought it was just boring.
Can we go home now?
Yeah.
That opening sequence is really great, though. That music is amazing.
Say, of all the videos you worked on, what's caused the most heart and/or headache, and what advice would you give to new content creators to avoid that issue?
Well, I guess my worst and best lists at the end of the year are the longest to make. Just because I foolishly at that point decided I don't want to throughout the year I always say I wanted to do individual movie reviews throughout the year, and I was just too lazy, and then I got to the end of the year, it's now I have to say all my thoughts into trying to squeeze it into 2 minutes, and I don't want to do that, but now the video's too long, and for the past 2 years I've released it in March. So don't be lazy. Get on it soon, or people won't watch it enough. So
you're gonna make it a yearly tradition to release it in March?
No, I don't want to make it a yearly tradition. But obviously I can't do obviously I've figured out I was also doing a thing last year for the first time where I was trying to do a series of Christmas oriented videos, and because I was working on that in December, I wasn't working on my worst to best list. And then of course Strange Magic came out and I had to talk about that. Everything has to stop. I have to talk about how terrible this is.
You gave me an idea for a thumbnail you could do, or maybe even an intro. You'd be show the March thing and just have that dark presence of your OC creeping in and do a creepy laugh. My March top 10 worst animations of the year list.
I liked how we all collectively.
I should definitely I should turn this into a moving thing at some point.
Yeah.
I haven't. You guys probably haven't seen it, but at one point, because it's in a video that not a lot of people have seen, but I do have a video where my avatar actually dances. Yes, it's actually in one of the I think it's in the video before the TMNT TMNT Season 2 finale, I reviewed the trailer for it, and for some reason I had this brilliant idea where I would have my avatar dance because I wanted to show the Japanese opening to TMNT was so much better than the one they're using in Nickelodeon.
Oh, I just want to say, speaking of strange magic, Oki actually wanted me to ask you this, because he's not coming on. He wanted to ask you, do you still consider it the worst thing ever?
I actually said in the video that it might not actually be worse than Legends of Oz. It's still, without a doubt, the worst thing I've seen this year, and is it the worst thing ever? No. Is it a really, really, really terrible movie that I will decry at every single chance I get? And is it an utterly hilarious, basically just catchphrase for me to use? Yes. I will probably for a very long time keep comparing Brad movies to Strange Magic.
I just looked this up. Yeah, I think Zachery showed me this before. This is a George Lucas film, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the George Lucas film that apparently he worked on for a while, and it's like, here, Disney, I'll give you all my Star Wars stuff, but you have to make this movie.
Yeah. Well, it's under Touchstone, so yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, oh my goodness, that movie was bad.
I'm just imagining George Lucas turning to his fans, see guys, I can write.
No, he can't. And to be clear, he didn't, this is another word, he did the story, but he didn't actually write it. But a lot of the story concepts are still his, so I still blame him for a lot of it. Because a lot of it is garbage.
Yeah, I imagine him standing up on a pedestal being like, my fan, I present to you my magnum opus, Strange Magic. And then you just see everyone slowly raise up their torches and chainsaws.
Most people probably don't even realize this movie exists, so... And people who do probably don't realize that George Lucas had anything to do with it. It's just a matter of it's like, Star Wars was my movie for boys. Let me make my movie for girls. Don't ever do that again.
No.
Fairies and jukebox musicals. That's what girls like, right?
Why be so dependent on the demographic anyway? I mean, did he forget that tagline that Disney once said?
Alright, what's the tagline that Disney once said?
You're dead if you aim at kids. Adults are kids grown up anyway.
Well, we said girls.
It's
We're not
true.
kids.
Well,
yeah, I know. He made Star Wars for kids, and that's probably the lowest point of his demographic at this point.
Let's try to be hip and cool with the kids nowadays.
No.
See, I noticed before you said you were a bit princessed out. What's your thoughts on the inevitable Frozen sequel?
Alright, it's not that I'm princessed out. I guess I'm perfectly fine with the princess thing as long as we just have a bit more diversity with it. I mean, I am exasperated just like everyone else who has had more than enough Frozen stuff go on. But at the same time, I would probably rather have a Frozen sequel than another live-action Disney remake.
True that.
Because at least the Frozen sequel has a possibility of being memorable.
Or another sequel to Cars. Oh, wait.
Or another sequel to Cars. Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Are you excited for the new Mona movie?
I looked at the initial picture and I'm like, oh good, she doesn't have Elsa eyes. Good. You gave the character a different face. That's good. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
Oh, you looking forward to the Peanuts movie?
Honestly, Peanuts was not part of my childhood. I didn't even see, that's actually a line that I know I'm going to put in my eventual Peanuts review, is that I didn't even watch the Christmas special all the way through until I had to review it last Christmas. I think in my house we actually had the book version of the Christmas special, and that was like the most I had seen. Like I had seen a couple of the animated specials, but I was way more of a Disney nut, and I didn't necessarily watch a whole lot of Peanuts, so I don't have any nostalgia connected to it. But just the idea that they're trying to stay true to the animation style, I have huge respect for that, and I am looking forward to it.
Fun trivia. Well, okay, I know that you said that you didn't watch the entire thing until last Christmas. Do you still, at the very least, do you still remember the scene where Linus was reciting the line from the Bible?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have it memorized, but yeah, that was a really nice moment.
Yeah. Originally, the creator of Peanuts had a fight with CBS, and they originally were going to take that out. In fact, it was gonna be like made into some kind of musical, but the creator just said no. I want it to be its own thing. So he had to go through so much. Yeah.
I'm glad to see that. I'm glad when creators go, do not cheapen this. Do not cheapen this for me.
Don't be like Nickelodeon.
See, I don't know if I should bring this up or not.
Clip show.
Oh God.
You suck, Nickelodeon. You suck forever.
You're still a little sore about them. Well, they finished the series, and you had to watch it online, didn't you?
So they made so many stupid decisions, and I honestly need to, and I need to do more research to know if this is even true. But I think that they, pulling the plug so that we only got 3 seasons of Avatar instead of 4, because season 1 didn't go that well. But there you go. Avatar's still great.
Let's just continue to milk SpongeBob.
No.
See, again, I don't know if this will be appropriate or not. I was listening to some of your earlier videos from like 2011 and 2013.
Those videos.
Did you speed up your voice?
I did.
Okay, I was like, I'm like, she's 28. It can't be puberty.
No. Back then, it was a balance between I wanted my videos to be a little shorter, and I was a little insecure about how deep my voice was. And I admit that I'm somebody who I have a thing on I currently have a Mac, and I have a special program on it that lets me play Windows in a separate window, and I only have that for a special version of VLC in which speeding up videos also speeds up the voices and raises their pitch, because I love listening to cartoons with high-pitched voices. I just think it's funny.
You like to put cartoons and stick helium in it.
I just like to play them at like a quarter raised speed. It makes I just think it's fun.
I was a little concerned you were going to storm off the set, and then like Goldie and Q were like, "Why the hell would you ask that? What the hell is wrong with you?"
Why would you think I would be offended by that?
I don't know. It was just like, that's weird. I don't know. It's the first time I noticed that on anybody. Let's see. I've noticed there seems to be a backlash in the fandoms about negativity. Do you feel that's more of a brony problem, or is that a fandom problem?
To be being negative about things?
Yeah.
I do think there's a certain amount where you get to a certain point where you goes, well, guys, people, when you say bad things about something I like, it makes me feel bad, and I don't like feeling bad, and everybody likes something, and we all need to be nice and fair, and lots of people. I know we all don't like Michael Bay, but there are some people who like the Transformers movies, and you shouldn't bash them and make them feel bad or something. I do think that there's, to a certain degree, but I also think I have been really amazed at how many people on my videos. The best comments I think I get are the people who say, I disagree with your opinion, but I like the way that you conducted yourself and your reasoning. That's probably my favorite kind of comment, because it means that even though they disagree with me, they still like my stuff. So that always makes me feel really good. And I admit, there's, to a certain degree, I try not to be too negative in my MLP reviews more than I probably would be, because I do think that a lot of cartoons out right now are better than MLP, but at the same time, I just kind of get the idea, like, we're here to enjoy this show. Let's just enjoy it. I can critique things that, like, seriously bother me, and I actually have, like, a serious issue with, what was it called? The one with Moon Dancer.
Oh, Mending Fences?
Oh, Mending Fences? What was your hang-up on?
I have a big problem with that I've been meaning to talk about if I ever get back to making MLP episodic reviews again.
Ooh, I'm curious.
Oh boy.
Speaking.
Anything you care to share with that off the top of your head?
I don't know. I just, like, it's one thing that I know that in the review I would be going back and forth on, because it's something that I know a lot of people like, and something that's perfectly understandable coming from where they're coming from. But at the same time, I feel it's that whole, oh my god, you don't like to go to parties. There's something wrong with you. It's like, I'm sorry. It's like, some people don't like to go to parties. Some people are not social butterflies. Some people don't. Some people like to have quiet nights at home. That's okay. Okay? So back the frig off. So it's pretty, I know that that's not the entire point of the episode. The point of the episode was that there are some people that do want to go to parties, but they're too socially insecure to go over because they don't think it's going to work out. And I understand that point of view, but at the same time, I don't think that the show portrays introverted people that well.
Yeah, I'll appreciate seeing that when you get the chance. Of was like the opportunity to give different diverging opinions.
Speaking of the LP episode, how about that new one, eh?
Oh dear.
Gypsy.
Wow. I will admit that. Wow. Did MLP actually close a character arc?
Yep.
This is unprecedented.
Actually, what are your thoughts on Diamond Tiara being reformed or developed during the midpoint of the episode?
I don't know. I mean, to a certain degree, I don't know how well it works in terms of believability, but I just think people were so freaking tired of her that just the idea that she would change at all would just make something, just having something change. I think a lot of people appreciated that. And I'm tired of her being there the way she was. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the one-dimensional bully character. I don't want it. I don't think that she necessarily needed to make a 180, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it for the sake of change. I'm okay with it.
And just like Anthony said, I'll use my bitchy powers for good.
Yeah, that is pretty much what she said, and I'm okay with that.
I was picturing Roseanne Barr for some odd reason right there.
Oh God.
What's your your favorite fandom associated memory?
What do you mean?
Of the fandoms you belong to, what's your favorite memory of any of them? We could just go with Brony if it's easier.
My favorite fandom memory?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. We'll set up to this then. Have you been to any conventions, for example?
I went to my first anime convention when I was 11.
We've got a lot to pull from.
I went, and let me just tell you, that was 1999.
Back when cons were a niche thing.
Almost. This was back, that. My first con was NecoCon, when it was still in, it was still, 3 rooms in a hotel. And this was, one of the single-digit years of KatsuCon. That was also part of a hotel. And I have lots of really good memories of anime conventions, just kind of hanging out at conventions and talking to people and taking pictures of cosplayers, and I have a lot of good memories there. I do. The one thing that sticks out in my mind is that I did used to make anime music videos and try and enter them into anime music video contests, and one year I made, you can look it up on YouTube, it's still there. It's not under my name, but it's on there because people freaking took it. I made a video for Lord of the Rings trailer set to Yu-Gi-Oh, and it won. It won for a contest in Hawaii, and that was a good moment.
So is it on any YouTube channel?
I can't tell you what YouTube channel it's on. I would just look up Lord of the Rings Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's probably the only thing that's going to come up. I did a separate one for all 3 movies. So. And I am not a crappy AMV maker, okay? Those are good videos.
So
you guys have seen my intros to my worst to best videos. I do not suck at editing.
So do you ever is there any conventions that you really want to go to, whether it be, just a general convention like San Diego Comic-Con or a Brony convention like BronyCon or BabsCon?
Okay. I've been to BronyCon twice.
Oh.
It wasn't last year. I went the 2 years before that. I went to BronyCon. And I had a really good time. I like doing the bar trot. I managed to hit all 8 and not being able to walk afterwards.
Well, since you set up for it, what's your poison?
So I remember the first year I went, there was the Derpy Hoof shot, which was basically cupcake vodka and pineapple, and that was really good. And I really enjoyed that. I didn't get to do. It'd be really fun if I could do a panel or something. I've actually run panels at a couple of anime conventions, basically just talking about anime tropes and gushing about certain fandoms. I like to dissect things. I've done things on anime history and all that. And I haven't done it so much lately just because, I'm actually trying to settle down and actually make money, and I just don't have the money to go to conventions these days. And I recently moved, so I wasn't able to go to BronyCon this year. But I would love to go to other Brony conventions. I would like to make it to SakuraCon one day. I'd like to go to Anime Expo one day. San Diego Comic-Con, I just think is too big. It is just too big right now, and those are all corporate showcases at this point. I would rather go to at least a mildly smaller conventions where it's more about the fans than it is about showing things that are just going to be released on YouTube in a couple of days anyway.
Like Comic-Con?
Exactly. So.
If you're looking to get involved in that, do you know who Toon Critic is? He does a lot of panels at conventions.
Right, I did not. I admit I haven't made I've know a couple more bronies now, but I don't have super tight ties with anybody at the moment.
Oh, well, we could mention that to you later. Since you said you're looking for panels. How How tricky is it juggling online life with real life?
All right, it's. I have to keep reminding myself. I have a Tumblr where people ask me questions. I should check that one of these days. So I do my best. Sometimes it's hard for me to answer questions just because I'm not sure how to answer certain things, either because something's either going to have too simple of an answer or too complicated an answer. So, and I have like a full-time day job.
At least you're coming on Skype more often.
Yeah, I basically just left it on because I had people that were trying to send me things. But because I have a full-time day job, and at the end of the day, I am exhausted. I am really tired, and every day I have a thing like, I have to go and edit things or write things, but I'm so tired. And I'm really trying to balance that better, and I wish I was getting things a little bit more updated faster than I am, but at the same time, I'm not that popular yet. I can't live off YouTube at the moment, so I gotta do what I have to do.
Oh boy.
Jesus, just lost my train of thought. Yeah, I'm trying to add him back. I had a good question, I just lost it, Jesus. Do you have any projects you wish you never started?
That I wish I never started?
Yeah, too vast, too encompassing.
So, not necessarily. I mean, to a certain degree, when I started doing episodic recaps, those take a lot of time away from videos that I kind of want to focus on, which is why I think I've cut back on MLP a little bit. But I still really liked doing them, and I liked the idea that they were things that I was at least putting out regularly. So I don't regret that I was doing them. It's one of the things, I'm just trying to be a little bit better about budgeting my time. It's more about a matter of, man, I have a long list of videos that should be done by now.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. I mean, the off-season's coming, so you're gonna have basically a year and a half to make pony videos before the new season starts up.
Right. I'll at least talk about either big videos or just do season recaps. I definitely want to do something for because I haven't covered barely anything from the first 4 seasons, so I at least wanted to do season recaps on those.
Oh yeah.
To at least talk about like best moral, best character moments and things like that. I really like to do something like that. And then of course, but first and foremost, right now is the current project I'm doing, and then I need to do my freaking Gravity Falls video. Is sort of what I'm focusing on right now.
Speaking of MLP, what's your favorite and least favorite episode?
I don't know if I have. I mean, in general, I didn't like Rainbow Falls. I mean, that just stands out in my mind because it's one of the few early episodes that I actually did a video on.
But everyone hates
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. One of the episodes that I just thought was so thoroughly unfun was is it Games Ponies Play? The one where they're pampering that woman that's the wrong woman coming to the Crystal Empire.
Yep.
That is a terrible episode. There's nothing about that episode that I think is fun.
Even Rainbow crashing into the window.
that Rarity gets to do something is nice. I appreciated that. But I just didn't think that episode was very entertaining.
Ending's also bullshit.
Yeah.
The ending. The ending is clean. That is.
Yeah, and it's totally like and with Rarity getting something to do, which I like, it's sort of like, oh, she can't do this hairstyle. Now she can do the hairstyle.
What a coincidence.
Wah, wah.
It's like, contrived conflicts.
Yeah.
Contrived conflict number 574.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. That episode and its Redux episode were not fun.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that. I know that's the common complaint is that the Equestria games wasn't about the Equestria games, and a lot of people, I guess that's one thing, like there's a backlash to the backlash about that, and it's like I don't care. That would have been more entertaining.
Episodes about the Equestria games that were about the Equestria games to begin with.
All right, it's like, I'm sorry, we could have had a make Spike feel better about himself episode at any point. You did not need to take up an event that one of the very few events in MLP that actually had some freaking build up. You didn't have to use it for that.
Yeah.
So it's probably one of the things that make like the past episodes so amazing. It's like, oh my god, build up and payoff. When was the last time this happened?
So you weren't really a fan of the episode.
No, I liked the episode. No, I liked the episode a lot. It's just that's just one of the things that I'm surprised that they actually did something. It's like, that was a pleasant surprise. That was frankly a bigger. That honestly was. That's what they should have been hyping the season about, not about the cutie map, which has done surprisingly little in this season so far.
Going back to what season 1, it's like Grandma got introduced at the beginning of the season, only to be mentioned at the end of the season.
But at least that was technically set up. Sort of. It's not exactly the same level of season 3 of, hey, Luna has a book. That sets up the finale.
Right, guys?
No,
right?
It's like, no, it doesn't.
See, quick question. Beyond review and analysis, what other facets of the fandom are you into? Writing, artistry, the musicians or animators?
All right, on the animators, definitely. I'm trying to teach myself how to animate, and of course, I have some brony songs that I love to death a lot of time. But I'm really like looking at all. I really love all of the animations, all of the fan episodes, all of the little original character tidbits. I really like the Mentally Advanced series. It's like I'm
still trying to get cred.
I mean, honestly, I'm not a big fan of Friendship is Witchcraft. The songs in it are amazing, but I've just always found Mentally Advanced series better, or Rainbow Dash Presents to be a lot funnier.
Sounds like, what do you think of Dusk Dawn?
Alright, I'm trying to remind myself what that is.
I thought she was about to storm off after how quiet she got. Did you just bring up Dusk Dawn to me?
I don't know if I know what that is, or someone needs to remind me.
Dusk's Dawn is the animation that looks like they used characters from Pony Maker.
Alright, that does sound familiar. I'm sure I've seen it at some point.
Yeah.
It's the pony version of the room.
And the only thing about it, the biggest head scratcher about it, is how they got Mando Pony to make a song for it.
Blackmail.
I'm sure that I saw it at one point, probably from seeing like a high view count, and then just like, that one's very good. I'm gonna go look up Jay Howler's best pony videos of the said month and see what I should be watching.
This is Cat. This is Cat Rainbow Dash.
I also saw, did you happen to see Turnabout Storm?
Alright, probably not. You guys can just say, like, I'm sure that I missed a lot of stuff, and you guys can send me, like, a whole bunch of links.
Oh, no, you're doing fine. I wanted to give you credit. You're the first fan I've had on the show who knew who Jay Howler is, so glad to give him a shout out.
Alright, because I was about to say, prepare yourself. That thing's almost like 8 hours long.
Well, that's not the way to sell it to her, Zach. I would have gone, it makes Trixie look really good.
Trixie look really good.
Something the show's not so good at. But anyways, here, let's move on to something more simple.
So,
is there an author or a series, as far as books go, that you're currently into?
So that I'm currently into? I wish I read more, but the last fantasy series that I really like, that I wish more people knew about, was the His Majesty's Dragon series. And it's a series where it's basically the Napoleonic Wars, but with dragons that talk. And it is...
That sounds freaking awesome.
Freaking awesome. I love it to death. And there was even the rumor a while ago that Peter Jackson was going to do a movie for it, which I'm actually okay that they're not doing, because I actually get, because of How to Train Your Dragon, there's some similarities. In fact, I'm pretty sure How to Train Your Dragon took some stuff from it, because it's another main character bond with a dragon sort of story, but like with actual but actually like in the actual military, treating dragons as the actual part of the military, and the detail it goes into is really interesting. The only thing that I know, that because in the book, the main character is an adult, so the main character is an established naval officer who's like over 30, and I know that if they ever did that movie, he would be a teenager. It's like, you can't do that. If you do that, I want to say I'll murder you, but I probably won't. I'd want to come up with something that I would do to you if you made that decision.
You'd personally get on a plane, go to their house, ring the doorbell, they open it up, and you kick them in the nuts.
Yes,
and then walk away.
I would want to do that, yes. So, and, Hunger Games, that exists.
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
Oh, you just gave me something
people apparently appreciate right now.
You just gave me something to pester Cloud with. We're all too lazy to read. Will you do this, senpai?
Oh, and I also did recently read World War Z, which is amazing and which makes me hate the movie all the more.
Oh, try that to my brother.
Because the World War Z book, amazing. It is ridiculous how amazing that book is.
Isn't it like from different periods of time or something like that?
It's World War Z is actually it's written as a collection of interviews of a person interviewing people who had just been through. There literally was like a worldwide case of zombie, and and the book takes place as a series of interviews of people asking like how they survived it, or recollections on like how did humanity survive, what tactics did we come up with, what survival ideas, how did this happen, how did people let it happen, why didn't the government do anything, things like that. And again, another idea that just the world building detail that goes into it, just like with the His Majesty's Dragon, is just that amazing. I'm very easily suckered by very good world building.
Are there any I know you do your end of the year retrospectives, in March, but are there any contenders this year for your best and vice versa worst list that you can already say is going to be on there?
What do you think I'm going to say is worse? What do you think? That's good.
I've only paid attention to the good things this year. What is the worst?
It's still Strange Magic. Like for as much as Home wasn't very good, and I didn't particularly like Hotel Transylvania 2 all that much either. Yeah, Strange Magic is still worse.
What's on the slightly lower tier right under Strange Magic then?
I feel a little bad about that, Key. I'm pretty sure you're the one who got me hyped up to see Hotel Transylvania 2.
I saw it, and I really did enjoy it until the last 15 minutes.
The last 15 minutes really do kind of screw a lot of it up, doesn't it?
I liked what they were going for. I like the integration of certain things. Like, I'm trying to be less spoilerous as possible. And then the last 15 minutes is like, I want to like you as much as the first movie, but I just can't.
Yeah, and here's Mel Brooks. It's only going to be in it for a few minutes.
Right. I honestly had a little bit of baggage that I was bringing over from the first movie, too. Because I have things that I like about it. I certainly like the creator because he made Samurai Jack. But at the same time, there's things I like, but at the same time, I'm never gonna love it as much as a lot of other people for reasons. And then I know that there's like a handful of movies, like there's always gonna be that handful of movies that I never really quite check on until the year is over, of all the international releases, stuff like the Jack and the Cuckoo Clock Heart, which I did for last year, which was technically 2013. Stuff like the international releases that take a while to get over here. Some of those are really good. Some of them really suck. And I'm sure that there'll be things that really suck.
And now I think about it, when it comes to American releases, there hasn't been that many animated movies this year.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I think people saw like, oh my god, 2 Pixar movies coming out. Everybody delay until 2016. There was just no chance we're winning this year. It does feel like we haven't gotten like a whole lot.
It's pretty telling when SpongeBob of all things is on the higher tier this year.
Did that come out this year?
Yeah, that was February. Yeesh. So trying to get some of that Lego movie money.
Yeah.
It released in February. We can get that money, right?
Yeah, it seems like 2015 has been like really good for television animation, but for movie animation, there's just not a lot.
Just kind of meh.
Seems to be true, yeah.
Yeah, but
so last year had Over the Garden Wall, so that wasn't too bad either.
Yeah,
had 2 seasons of Kora.
See, you mentioned. I thought I heard you mention Ricky and Morty. What other kind of animations do you catch on TV?
All right, I do really like Rick and Morty. I like,
How did you get into that?
Gravity Falls. I love Steven Universe. What? What? Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Rick and Morty. Basically, I just got a whole bunch of recommendations, and I know when I first saw the trailer, like Adult Swim, there's a lot of Adult Swim's animated programming I don't really care for. The stuff that doesn't seem to be very high quality. But I saw a couple, but I think mostly thanks to clips that were on other people's videos that I was watching. I saw some really good clips that made me interested in watching it, and I really do really like it. And then of course I love all the good stuff that's out right now. Gravity Falls, Steven Universe, Star vs. the World,
Force is Evil.
What's the other one? I like Wander Over Yonder. I like Nick's TMNT. I'm sorry if you don't like the CG. It's not like the animation in the 80s was that good either. 2D, but it still kind of sucked.
Really? I've heard you've actually heard criticism for the animation. A lot of people I've talked to actually say that the animation for the TMNT series is one of the things they really like about it, like the Nick series.
Oh yeah, Dick. In terms of CG animated shows, it's one of the best. Utilizing the CG a lot better than most, and I think it's because of the anime influences that they adapted over from Teen Titans. To try and make that animation a lot faster than it is in, say, like Jimmy Neutron. But even now, that's like one of the biggest reasons why a lot of 80s fanboys say they can't get into it. It's like, I don't like the CG, and it's like, you know what? Go look at that, like, Fine Brothers videos where it has kids reacting to the 80s Turtles. They say the animation looks stupid, because it does.
2003 Turtles is still better.
So, yeah, that's true. I like the 2003 Turtles. I am rooting for more 2003 references in the new series.
Oh, speaking of the new series, I heard a lot of people didn't really care for that season finale of season 3.
It really came out. That was a really big surprise. I just think people don't know from the finale what that's going to mean for next season because it was such a drastic thing.
Mm.
I'm okay with it just to see what happens. I do not appreciate them trying to pass off one of the characters from the 2003 series and basically write him off. It's like here, hey, look, here's Bishop. Do you remember Bishop from the 2003 series? Bishop was not a Neutron. Do not try and write this off like this is Bishop. He is not trying to kill like the world's population of aliens, and he's not secretly trying to manipulate or destroy people, so it's not Bishop. Don't write it off like it's Bishop. You cannot fool me this way.
Well, I remember that time when Bishop was also a fly in the 80s series?
Was he really?
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought
wait,
Stockman.
Baxter Stockman.
That's back. Yeah,
come on, Zach. I'm taking your nerd card for not knowing that.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I need to verify this because I don't know the comic series perfectly, but I'm pretty sure that Bishop was a 2003 only character. Which is why seeing him in the most recent series would have been a step up.
The 2003 series is like one of the few good things 4Kids was good at.
I know. And they still weren't very good at it because they didn't pay their voice actors very good. the later seasons got a little weird.
Especially when it came to fast forward.
There's episodes of that I'm fine with. But yeah, that was definitely a jump the shark moment for them.
I had a two-part question here. What's a series you'd bring back, and what's a series you'd wish never existed?
I'd really like to bring Samurai Jack back.
Ooh, there you go.
And Teen Titans Go can leave whenever it's ready. And I'm saying this as somebody who thinks that there are episodes of Teen Titans Go that are actually funny. I think that there are some episodes of that show that are actually good. But overall, as a whole, the sort of things that it's done really deserve for it to get thrown into hell.
Hi, GoldenFox. You're talking about Teen Titans Go.
It has done more harm than good, even if it's done a little bit.
Let's not talk about bad shows.
But yeah. Without giving away any spoilers, what is your thoughts on? I guess this is two-parter. The most recent episodes of Star: The Forces of Evil and Gravity Falls.
All right, I'm just glad to see that Star versus actually has like an arc. I'm really glad to see that. I've overall thought a lot of the episodes were really funny and really zany, but I'm glad to see it with a little bit more of a focus. Even Wander Over Yonder, which really feels like it operates like the same universe as Starversus. Even there, it kind of had an episode recently where it seemed to have a reoccurring villain. And then whatever's going on with Gravity Falls, like, I'm a little sad because I thought that the original plan was going to be like season 1 would be, because the whole idea was that the series was going to be like in the span of one summer, and that season 1 was going to be June, season 2 was going to be July, and season 3 was going to be August. But from the last episode, it looks like season 2 is going to be the end, because it looks like they're doing their last little hurrah there. So I'm a little sad about that, but I'm really excited to see.
I know, right?
For Gravity Falls?
I'm really excited to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah, just saying, like, on Tumblr, I was looking through stuff, because, everything was going on there, and there was, like, this Fairly Odd Parents version of Alex Hirsch being like, and this is where Gravity Falls Season 3 would be. If I had one!
Aww, that's so sad! I wish that there was more. Like, I want to know, like, if it was his own decision, that he felt like this was as far as he was going to go, then I respect that, because there's nothing worse than people being forced to go further with a series than they're comfortable with, because that just means lower quality. But if it was something like people are saying the series got too dark or whatever, then Disney is going to hear no amount of crap from me.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a question. Anthony, I'm going to steal one of your questions. What's the most trouble you ever gotten in?
The most trouble?
Yes, legally. The most trouble you ever gotten. Yes, legally.
There's easier ways of asking that, but I'm not going to coach you through it. So.
Do you mean in terms of backlash or just problems with
problems in real life?
Problems in real life?
Well, like if you've ever, like, say a traffic ticket, like the most trouble you've gotten in.
Keyframe for the save.
I haven't.
You can choose to pass.
I haven't really gotten into any like trouble. I haven't gotten into any like lawful trouble or anything. All of my problems are very strictly personal. A lot of my problems are a battle between things that I want to do versus, I just don't want to get out of bed right now, and oh my god, look at my life right now, sort of things. So I would say that a lot of trouble that is stuff that I've brought upon myself. And then just in terms of, I haven't really gotten, again, the Brony's worst thing ever video aside, I haven't really gotten that much problems from my fans, which generally are just always asking, update more videos, and it's like, yeah, I know, but at the same time, I'm so tired.
So it's basically with my cars, where's the next history of Power Rangers?
I know what you're talking about.
Well, just a free tip there, Zachery. When you ask that question properly, they jump over backwards to give you an answer. You blew it, so don't worry about it.
Thanks.
No, it's fine. It took me forever to get that one right, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a question, GoldenFox?
I'm afraid not.
We're gonna end the note. We're gonna end the episode on Mario's dud. That's beautiful.
Mario's dud.
My dud.
Well, it could have been worse. It could have been Oki's final question, but we'll move along. Yeah, I was like, I'd like to have. I'm completely tongue-tied and having a horrible day today. I'd like to say I loved having you on. I'm glad everybody showed up. I hope everyone had a good time.
Actually, I do have one more question for you.
Oh, great.
Go ahead.
What do you think of our Lord and Savior, Jerry?
No, we're not gonna. No. I knew what you were gonna ask. No. Nope. Yep.
I didn't hear what Nate said, so I can't.
Nope. You don't need to know about it. Nope. Exactly. Fuck you, Mario. You know what's bad? I didn't see it coming, even though it was so telegraphed. Just because I was like, Mario's not that. Oh, son of a bitch, he is. Well, CellSpex, if you had a really good time, I'll always make the offer that if you'd like to come back sometime, the door is always open.
Right. Oh yeah, this has been really great. Thank you guys so much. And if you guys have a topic you want to talk about at some point, animation related, and you got room, like I'm totally on board. If I'm not trying to edit, in which case I'll tell you guys to screw off.
Oh, no problem. That's what rescheduling's for. All right, take care, everyone.